Okay. So, essentially, what I have managed to do, with the help of Atlas and Skipper, I have managed to create what I believe is to be the first ever custom Wiggler mission. And by that I mean there was a tournament in which there was a Wiggler boss which you had to beat in a time trial on Warrior's Gold Mine. And there are a lot of settings in the route of the Wiggler when it goes around the track. There are a lot of settings that were really confusing because they're all unknown. No one's ever sort of figured them out before. But I managed to cobble them all together after an entire day's work. I managed to cobble them together into a functioning mission. So, I'll just show it off now. This isn't sort of perfect because I'm using Dolphin right now. So I've had to sort of make it better. This is intended for a 200cc mission. But yeah, I don't know why that tricks at the beginning there. There's some weird trick bug where like it tricks but continues walking. Also, when the actual mission comes out, there will be a warning signal for the Wiggler and he'll be on the minimap. So this is just for showcasing purposes. When the actual thing is released, then it will be all functioning correctly, I hope. So yeah, this Wiggler quite awesomely flips all the cars. So, first thing I want to show off, so I managed to make the Wiggler stop right here. So he takes as long as he wants there. Basically, he stops there forever until the player passes a certain point. Now, this point was incredibly hard to find, and I believe it's a certain part of the track on any track. So for this one, it was right around here. See, now I started walking again. Now, I also set the route on the third lap to take the shortcut, however. I made him go enraged in the shortcut, so I will show you that. I also made, I found the settings to change his speed and enrage speed as well. So he will stop in that shortcut. As soon as you pass him, he will go enraged. I also made it so he tricks off of this ramp here. If you see it in a minute. There you go. And now he's incredibly fast. Incredibly fast. I don't think I'm going to beat him, but yeah. Essentially, he does a little stop there. It's a little pit stop. If we can get back to him. Come on, CPU, you can do it. Yeah, so now that Wiggler will just stay there forever now. He'll just sit by that. Yeah, he'll just sit there. So, essentially, there were two settings. There was setting 1 and setting 2. I am led to believe that the different combinations of settings activate different things. So, the first setting I found was the stop setting. Now, there were many settings for this. I looked on, thanks to Atlas, he sent me the KMP for the tournament. I discovered that there were many different, there's a sequence, and it has to follow that sequence, like in the Warrior's Gold Mine one. However, it doesn't really work very well on other tracks if you do it in that sequence. So, what I did was I managed to do one pit stop and one stop where afterwards he becomes enraged. So this first pit stop I found is setting 1 EA, and then this is in KMP Cloud, by the way. setting 1 EA, and then setting 2 would be 3. Now, when you're applying the setting, you need to set the point on the route in which you want to apply this to. So I applied it to the point in the route here. However, you also need to apply it somewhere near the not the checkpoint, the part in the track which activates the wiggler again. Because otherwise he'll be stuck there, you'll drive around half the track, and then he'll start moving again. And I had that a lot. So, as you can see, the point which he starts going again is around that turn, which I discovered, and I attempted to do multiple points around the track, but it didn't work. He also takes really good lines here. Now this one, however, after you've done the pit stop, set the point where you want him to become enraged and wait for you. Then set it to setting 1 0, setting 2 1, and that will make him do that. Now there are then multiple settings on the objects, which not a lot is known about. In KMP Cloud, setting 1 is the speed of the Wiggler normally, and then setting 5, I believe, is the Angry Wiggler speed. That's how I made it faster, because otherwise it would usually default be slower. So as soon as I pass the checkpoint area here, he'll become enraged, like so. Fuck. Yeah. And then lastly, the last value you need to know is, people keep joining the call, is when he reaches the end, the last point, you need to set setting 1 to 0 and setting 2 to 4. And it has to be after he's enraged, otherwise it won't work, and that will de-enrage him and stop him. So he will never move again. So, I think I've covered everything. Yeah, I hope you found this helpful.